Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. My background looks a little different now. I took something from work. I was allowed to take it. I took this picture. It was in our fragrance area and we were resetting it. So I took it. I had this big frame at home. I think it flows. The purple hair, the purple background, the purple lights. We're all purple here. Ironically enough, this is my favorite color, like a mint. I am really excited. I placed my first order for a new indie, not a new indie brand, but a new to me indie brand. And it is in this carton right here. This is my first order ever from Pretties for your face. I'm really excited to try these out. I ended up picking up a few shadows that I picked up and then a mystery box. I was like, I don't care. I don't know. I'm indecisive. I just want you guys to pick for me, and a couple blushes. So I'm super excited to open this box, see what it is. I just got this yesterday. I traipsed through a thunderstorm to my mailbox. It's not that far, but I still traipsed through the rain to get this from my mailbox. I'm really excited, and I figured I'm not wearing makeup. Well, I'm wearing makeup, but no eye makeup, because I want to eventually see what I want to put on my eyes. I'm also not wearing a blush because I want to use one of the new blushes that I bought. I'm very excited. I haven't bought blush. I haven't bought blush in a long time now. So the last blush that came into my collection was last year. I didn't even buy it. It was gratis from work, and I'm excited that I bought my own new blushes. I haven't bought blush in a while. Blush is something that I really enjoy, so and I'm excited to open this up and see what's in this with you guys. I'm super excited. I also do want to mention that I did use Leah's code. I'll have Leah's channel linked down below. She thoroughly inspired me to purchase from this brand, and I was happy to support her affiliate code. So I'll have her information listed down below so you can go to her channel. She is a fabulous panner, really creative eye looks, really enjoy her, and the reason why I wanted to purchase these from Pretties for your face. I'm super excited. I'm excited. So let's just remove all, oh my gosh. First of all, I love a good sticker. We're going to put this on another water bottle of mine. So I'm excited to have another sticker. I love stickers. And then I've just flung a couple things out. I have my mystery box, but the one thing that I know might not be that exciting for anyone is this guy. I wanted to just meet like the shipping minimum, and like this got me there. So this is just a bar soap. This is Black Cherry Blast. This supposedly smells like Black Cherry Merlot from Bath and Body Works, and I love that scent. It smells like Gushers to me. I freaking love it. So I'm excited for the fact that it's about to be like spring, summer, and I'm going to smell like a fruit snack. Oh my gosh, yes. Wow. It smells like Gushers. I'm gonna smell so good. All right, then let's go through these, because I think this is the eyeshadow. It is. Okay, this is the mystery box. They have a little cute mystery box sticker. Ooh! Okay, so they included a little fragrance sample in this, and it's coconut. And if you know me in any capacity, I love coconut scented things. I'm super excited. I want to sniff this immediately. Ooh. It's a lot softer than I was expecting. This is a sample of the dark coconut body spray. So I'll use that. We'll probably layer fragrance. I'm a layerer with my fragrance, so that'll probably get layered with something that'll just give it a little bit more longevity. Very excited, very excited. I'm pretty sure this has blushes in it, so I want to open this one first. All right, so I want to look at the two blushes first. They are a lot different than I expected them to be in person. I'm not going to lie. I definitely thought they were going to be slightly lighter than how they look. This one is the shade Bashful. This is the one that I definitely thought was going to be lighter. This is Bittersweet, I want to say. Maybe that's the name of this. Yeah, I definitely thought this was going to be a little lighter. This is the shade Bashful. It's pretty though, like that shift. Okay, let's swatch these. So that is Bashful. I got these because I thought that they would be like blush lighters. Like they just be like a super glowy blush. Like even just that swatch of that shade, it's very, very glowy. Like I think that's going to be beautiful. And so then we're going to swatch the much darker shade. This one I can tell is unevenly pressed, or like maybe the way that they pressed it, just because there's like you can see there's like a glue that they've smushed down. I don't know. It's not like smooth. It's like kind of like bumpy. So let's just swatch this guy out. Oh yeah, that is definitely a darker shade than I typically wear. I might see if a coworker at work wants this. I think that this might lean more well on a deeper complexion than it does mine, but I like to see that they're like so versatile and have like different things for many different skin tones. So it's not like, oh, you're getting a blush and they're all kind of like this depth. Like we have something that has that depth and that like sheen. Like that's a beautiful sheen to a blush. The most exciting part, the eyeshadows. So I have already, like, obviously the bundle that we just unwrapped with the blushes. I have those here, and then I've just cut the bubble wrap to this one so it would be easier. So let me just go through, I guess, and share these with you. So the first one here is the shade Flare. I looked at Leah's like list of Pretty for Your Face. Like she has on her Instagram like swatches of her favorite Pretty for Your Face shadows. So I figured I was going to just peruse that list. Her and I probably have similar skin tones to each other. I think she's slightly more fair than I am, but the shadows will look pretty similar on us. So I picked up some that were on her recommendation list and then some solely based on the swatches on Pretty for Your Face's website. So I'm excited. And then obviously we have the mystery bundle, so I have no idea what's in this. But the shades that I do know. First one here is the shade Flare. It is a yellow with a beautiful shift to it. So let's just swatch her out. That is Flare. It's in person, it definitely has like really cool blue specks and shift in there. I don't think it's going to pick up on the camera, and it might be because it's really, really overcast today, and then I have my blinds down, and it basically makes the whole room like a softbox. So hopefully maybe you can see like that crazy shine there. Excited about this beautiful yellow. I don't have that many yellow eyeshadows, so I feel fine like bringing more into my collection. And wouldn't you know, we bought another mint. This is the shade Eliza. If you know anything about me, I am a sucker. Ooh, oh my gosh, no, I just dropped things. I am a sucker for this color. Very much so. I gotta make sure I didn't just break these eyeshadows. Perfect, only one fell. And it's fine. So we're gonna talk about Eliza here, another mint, because I am obsessed with this kind of shade. These are my absolute favorite kinds of shades. I love mints. I love these so much. So much. So I'm excited to swatch you and see you. And ooh, okay. Already that shift is beautiful just on my finger. So Eliza is stunning. Oh my gosh. It's a mint with a really intense gold shift. I have two more in this little stack. The first one I'll just talk about is this guy here. This is the shade Cobweb. This is Cobweb. It's more of like a neutral. So it's got a really, really soft texture to it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. I love it. That is Cobweb there. It's definitely more of a neutral. in person, it has a lot more like gold sheen, like gold, light green kind of sheen. Back here, it looks more shiny and beautiful. So this one here, I like hemmed and hawed on. This is the shade True Love, because I don't feel like I need more purples in my collection. And I feel like this might be like iridescent, which I have plenty of these kinds of shades. But that's okay. That's okay. We're here for it. So this is True Love. It's definitely textured. It's more of a textured formula. Like I can feel the particles as I'm swatching it, but man, is that a gorgeous shade. Another minty kind of shade. Again, cannot stop buying mints. And maybe I thought that these looked different online and I didn't know they were going to be mint, but here we are, mints. Mints galore. So this is the shade A Frog Amongst Fairies. I am currently reading the Court of Thorn and Roses series right now. I finished book 1. I'm on book 2. I just started book 2. And that shade really just reminds me of the whole title. So that's kind of fun. So this is a this is A Frog Among Fairies, not a court of anything. Okay. Yes. This shade is really cool. So it definitely has more of that like grungy kind of base to it, but it almost like making it that grungy base almost gives the Reflect a fluorescent kind of look to them. Like looking at it this way, it just, that dark base with like the shimmers that really like stand out in person at least make this look like fluorescent kind of mint. And I know it's not like neon or anything like that, but this is so pretty. Moving on to this shade here, X-Rays. Did I need another yellow with a shift to it? Probably not. Did I see swatches from people? Yes. So this is the shade X-Ray. It's probably very similar, but with a different shift than, what were you? Flare? Let me just look at these real quick. In the pan. Okay, let's swatch this one. We'll compare it to that was Flare. So this is X-Rays. I have no idea the differences between these, but we'll swatch X-Rays out. That is that guy there. Ooh, I think it has more of like a purple pink shift to it than Flare does. I'm pretty sure Flare had more of like a mint blue kind of shift to it. So I'm going to swatch that where Flare once was. Yeah, so they look the exact same, right? This one here is Flare. It has more of a blue shift. Hopefully right there you can see it. This guy is X-Rays, and it has just slightly like a pink purple kind of sheen to it. The next one is Light as a Feather. This guy here really reminds me of the 90s when I would sleep over and you'd like at people's houses and you'd play like Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board. That is this. So this is like really pretty. It's kind of that like duochrome blue brown kind of thing, but like a really soft, based on what it looks like in the pan, a really soft blue brown kind of shade. This is Light as a, ooh, this is so pretty. Light as a Feather. It's more of like a really soft blue brown kind of shade. So it has like that reddy kind of base with, oh my gosh, this is going to be so pretty. Like this basey kind of thing just shifts to that beautiful, oh my goodness gracious, you are stunning. The next one is a shade that I love time and time again. It's one of my favorite kinds of shades in my collection. I have a few of them. Did I need another? No, but the other ones I have in my collection are getting old, so I feel like they're about to like lose their luster and probably need to be decluttered soon. So this guy here is one of those like purple blue periwinkle kind of shades with like a shift. I love these kinds of shades so much. This is the shade Solstice. This is stunning. This is one of my favorite kinds of eyeshadows ever. I'm a sucker for mints, and I'm a sucker for blues with an intense blue shift. I don't know what it is. These kinds of shades just get me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that is the shade Solstice. The camera doesn't do it justice. It looks way better in person, but that is stunning. The next one, I almost just read this so incorrectly. The next shade here is the shade Zodiac. It is incredible. Look at this. This is like a deep mint. Oh, like a nice teal. But I feel like in person it looks more Kelly green than it does minty like it does on the camera. So let's just swatch this. This feels more like that textured formula also, so a little chunky. Oh yeah, it's definitely more of a textured, but it's softer than that shade True Love was. It's definitely textured, but more creamy. That's so pretty. We also got the shade, I say we as in me and past me, picked up the shade Phase. It's another one of those like, it's definitely cooler toned, but really one of those like blue, purple kind of things. Again, did I need another one? No. This is definitely more cool toned though, so I feel like it's fine. So, oh yeah, that's way cooler toned than I was anticipating. A little darker than I anticipated too, but I think that this will look really pretty, like grunging out a look. Yeah. Then one that's like a lighter version of that shade that we just showed is this. This is the shade Asteroid. I think this was part of the same collection. So there's that. So this is the shade Asteroid. It's like a creamier version of that last one. I think it's going to be just like a brighter version of that last one. That is, ooh, yeah, it's like one of those like blue brownie kind of shades again, but more of that traditional blue brown where it's a little bit darker based, but still incredible. Not quite as light as a feather. Probably didn't need to grab both of them, but here we are. So here is everything that I picked up, I selected and purchased. We have a theme. I don't typically gravitate towards cool tone eyeshadows like in my everyday life, but I tend to buy them often. Like I don't buy like the warm tone things as often as I feel like I buy like these kinds of shades. Also, looking in my mirror that's underneath my camera, these have such an incredible shift and I can see it a lot better than I could like in the camera or even in person. So we are moving on to what is in the contents of this mystery box. I have not even sliced it open. Cannot open this. So we are going to do that together. I'm excited about this. I have absolutely no expectations. I have never once ordered a mystery box of eyeshadows ever. I almost wanted to tell them what kinds of shades I tend to wear, but I just kind of wanted full mystery, full who knows. All right, so I took the eyeshadows out. There's nothing left in here. And then I have another stack of maybe six eyeshadows, so that's exciting. They're all faced down, like the colors there, so I'm facing them downwards, so I can just reading the name and picking them up. So this first shade in the mystery box is called Ello. It's this guy. Ooh. Okay, you're pretty. Not something I would have picked out for myself, for sure. This is that shade Ello. Maybe a little bit of a sheen. I'm thinking it's going to be more of a satin shade, and I'm not really a fan of those. That is the shade Ello there. Not one that I would really pick out or wear for myself. My expectations have now been changed. This is the shade Nightingale. This is, let me swatch this and then I'll read the description of it. Yeah, this is really pretty already. So oh yeah. Okay, that is Nightingale. That is stunning. This reminds me of the shade, oh gosh, I want to say it's Balance in my Druid palette. This guy reminds me of Nightingale. All right, so this is Nightingale, and then this is the Druid Transformation shade, so they're definitely different. All right, then we have the shade 𝘍𝘤, which is this guy here. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. When I'm looking at it, it's more of like a deep denim with a gold, but like looking on it in camera, and even in my mirror now, I definitely see more of a purple shift to it. So let's swatch you. Yeah, I have shades similar. Dandelion's Company shade Dryad reminds me of this. Actually, I still have that. It's just in a decluttered palette. Dryad's more of a smooth. I would even wager more of a satin finish compared to the shade in, oh my gosh, the Pretty for Your Face shade. So Pretties for Your shade 𝙬𝘠 is up here, and Dandelions Dryad is down there. You can definitely see this has more of that gold, but still that same like base kind of shade, a little bit darker on the Dryad shade. So the next shade I have here is the shade, this is Sunlit, excuse me. This is not what I was anticipating this shade to look like though, but this is more of just like a bronzy kind of shade here. I'm going to grab their website post and then swatch this out. This is very soft and creamy, more like the Looksy kind of formula where I feel like if I pushed in it, I would see a fingerprint in there. On my, ooh, it's kind of more like a cool toned bronze in my opinion. The next shade I have is this guy here, which is, ooh, you're pretty, Zombified there, which is, it looks kind of like a gray or a grayish kind of base with a strong purple red kind of shift to it. Let's take it out of that package. See, ooh, really pretty. So we know that I'm a sucker for these kinds of shades. Anything that has like a purple shift or a blue shift to it, I'm typically a fan of. Man, this palette is very one note. But this is Zombified. Ooh, okay. I didn't expect all this dimension. I did not. So that is Zombified. Maybe you can kind of tell like the basiness of it is almost like a gray green to it. Really, really cool. I think they really hit the name of the shade on the head. The last shade, we're on the last shade already. I feel like my dopamine is running low now. I feel like I need to place another order. Is this guy, I just saw the swatch, so it was a little bit of a spoiler for me, but this is the shade Foxy. Again, another kind of shade that I am totally drawn to. This is a purple with what looks like a really blue and red kind of shift to it. Oh, yes. 1000% yes. So let me just swatch this absolute beauty of a shade. I'm super excited. So this guy here. Oh my gosh. I would have never picked this for myself, and I'm so happy this came in the mystery box. This might be one of my favorite ones yet. So all in all, out of all of the shades that came in that mystery box, I really only feel like one was a dud. Now, I will say I wish I had a little bit more versatility in the shades that I selected, and it's probably just when they put the mystery bundle together, they looked at the shades I was buying and kind of based some of the shades off of that. But one, this is a beautiful arrangement of colors. Two, I just wish I would have picked up more warm tones in it. As we're approaching summer, I tend to like leave cool tones behind. So why did I buy a bunch of cool tone eyeshadows? Who knows? They're really beautiful, don't get me wrong, but this is all of my Pretty for Your Face shades now. We definitely have a theme on like the tones that we purchased and the tones that were included in that mystery bundle. It really, I'm gonna pull this palette out. So this is giving me very much Unearthly Cosmetics, all I ever wanted vibes. Can you just, we have a type this month, which is totally fine. I'm gonna just do a look that's like kind of out of my comfort zone. So I'm gonna use this shade here that is called Zombified with this base. I think that this will be really cute. Since it has that gray-ish kind of base to it, I think that this might be a good application to use that shade Zombified. Not a shade I'm well versed in, but I'm excited to try it out. So there's that. I'm going to start by using my Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. Gosh, my battery is about to die again. So I'm going to put this matte eye primer on. I'm going to change my battery out. I will be back in a moment. So I'm just going to do some like matte crease work real quick. I'm not going to talk about this too much, but we're just going to go over it. I'm going to go in with like a neutral E kind of, is literally just like a neutral-ish kind of shade. I'm going to put that on my transition area, and then I'm going to cool it down using the gray shade that's in my Pan Those eyeshadows. Maybe I'm going to use the shade Rhino from the Natasha Denona palette to just kind of deepen out the outer portion. I'm using an Ulta eye crease brush to pick this up because it has that green gray kind of base. I'm doing like a green gray kind of outer corner moment. All right, so that is really like the majority of what I want to do in my crease area. I am going to take my e.l.f. No Budge shadow stick. This was from the Mint Melt collection from, God, when did we move into this house? From 2021? So yeah, this is also in my project pan. The next thing I'm going to do is pick up the shade Zombified on. I'm just going to use the same brush. Should I use a glitter primer? Probably. We'll do one eye with a glitter primer, one eye without. That way you can see it built up versus just by itself. And then we'll just even it out with a glitter primer after the fact. Pick some of that up and then tap that on. I'm going to get nice and close to my mirror so I can like see this a little bit better. It's definitely like more grungy than I typically wear as like an all over lid shade, but I'm not mad about it. I honestly think that these look the same, like very similar. Just glitter primer versus non-glitter primer. So what I'm going to do is the exact same thing, except I'm going to apply this with the glitter primer using the method that I typically do, which is tapping it out with my finger, and then I'm going to actually reach into the shade with just my finger and then put a little bit more on top just to see if that helps intensify. Sometimes shadows work better with a finger versus a brush. I've never tried this brand, so we're just kind of experimenting right now and seeing what works the best with the product, you know? I've tapped my glitter primer on my lids with my finger. I like rub the excess off, so there's still a little bit of it, like a little tiny bit of attack to my fingers, but not really. And then I'm just gonna rub this shade on and then tap it on. I feel like I see the shift more doing this. It's a little bit more intense. It's not a super glittery shade, so maybe I'm thinking that this is going to be a lot more impactful and like more like Clionadh singles where they're just, it's not. It's a different formula. So it's the formula that I like from Clionadh too is definitely more of that chunky glitter. I love the glitter multichromes. I'm going to tap on this shade here. This was the shade True Love. It has a similar like pinky red kind of shift. So I'm tapping on a little more glitter primer right in this inner corner, inner third, inner quarter of the eye. I wouldn't even say inner third. It's literally like the smallest section ever. And then I'm going to take a nice tight pencil brush. And that's what I'm going to use. That is what I'm going to use to put on True Love onto the eye, or at least on the inner corner. I might pick it up on that C brush to put it, kind of feather it in. But I'm just going to pick up a real small amount and tap it right on the inner corner. It's very flaky eyeshadow. This one's very, very flaky, very, very chunky. Almost like a translucent base, but man, is that pretty. Okay, I am going to pick this up on the C brush again. Again, there's really not much that looks like it picks up. We'll try the finger. Maybe that'll work better. 100% that works better. Okay, then I'm going to blend out with this. It's definitely had fallout. I know you could tell on this side, but definitely have some on my inner corner eye bags, making my eye bags a little more pronounced than I like. You know, I'm going to try this on my lower lash line, that satin shade that you can't even see. I'm going to try this on my lower lash line, and if it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. We're going to put something else on under it. Just kind of curious, because I know sometimes satins look better on a lower lash than anywhere else. So that probably wasn't the move for this look, because I feel like I look a little sick now. So I'm going to just take in like a neutral brown and buff that down. Then, of course, it's not enough shimmer for me, so what I'm going to do is pick up a little bit more of True Love and tap that on my inner corner. Ooh, actually, I feel like on... I'm going to try something. This might not work out, but we're going to just put a little bit of this Mint Melt eyeshadow stick, and I'm going to put that True Love shade right on top of it to see... just to see. Is that not cute? Is that cute? Can't decide. Next thing I want to do is just put a blush on because I'm looking one-toned. So I'm going to use both of these shades, but I'm going to put one on one cheek, one on the other cheek. We're going to talk about the shades. One's going to be definitely too dark for me, but it is what it is. Not this brush. I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm going to start with the lighter shade on one cheek, and then we'll put the darker shade on another cheek. So we're going to start with the lighter shade. That was the shade Bashful. I'm going to lift it out of this guy here, Bashful. Is it too much? It's actually quite pretty. Okay. I'm someone that usually is heavy-handed with blush, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm very blush heavy. I am cleaning my brush off with a microfiber towel. And now I'm going to go in with this shade here called Bittersweet. Definitely different toned. So I'm going to be much more light. I tapped into that guy. I was about to like scribble into it, which I don't do with most blushes, but that is just a tappy kind of blush shade for me. Then even that might have been too much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am going to wipe my brush off and we're going to hope for the best. Oh man. It's definitely darker, harder to blend out for me because it's deeper than my complexion in such a drastic way. It's not doable. Does that make sense? It's definitely doable to use that as a blush for me. It's something that I will literally pick like a boop and then that's enough for like a cheek. So I definitely think that this is a shade that I'm going to give to a friend. I definitely prefer this blush over this one. Also could be that I have some discoloration from some blemishes recently and that tone is just emphasizing them. Could also be that. I just put a very light amount of foundation on today. But what I'm going to do is actually pick up some of this satin shade and I'm going to put that at like the very apples of the cheek and I'm going to just swirl that around. Give me that cold girl kind of look. Man, this really has hard panned over already. Like I can see the sheen of where the hard pan is. That's kind of a bummer for the satin shade. I also tend to bring my blush right where my like widow's peak is. I just think that this makes it look less fake and more like, oh, your girl's blushing. That is it for my pretties for your face haul. Let me know if you want to see like any looks or anything in particular with any certain shades. We have some new greens in my collection. So this whole row of like tealy, minty, and then this guy that has a green flip to it. It looks more neutral when I look at it in directly, but like in the mirror, it looks more green. So I have some more greens to play with, but I have some more like tones for like more like springy winter, which are going to be like these two lines here. We have some of these beautiful summery kind of shades, some more wintry kind of shades. I'm really excited about this. This is really, really beautiful. Again, this is going to probably get decluttered. This is probably going to get decluttered. But overall, being this happy with everything else, I'm excited. Now, I do feel like I will want to eventually try more warm-toned special indie shadows in my future, but I'm really happy gravitating towards the cooler tones. I don't know what has been in the water for me, but I'm really gravitating to like these grungier, cooler tone kind of shades. This I cannot stop staring at. I think this looks really beautiful with my eye color, with my coloring, with my hair. I think that this is just like it. But that is it for this video. Again, I can't stop staring at this. This is really pretty. The shift of it, I definitely see the green base with like the pizzazz that is like the pinky purple. But yeah, that is it for this video. I'm going to stop staring at myself in the mirror now, and I'm going to be on to record some other videos today. But that is it for this one. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in my next video, which should be empty, like trash it and cash it for March. But either way, I'm looking forward to seeing you in those videos, and until then, I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!